everybody, it is Thursday! Hello! Who is joining us tonight? Thursday, everybody loves it's Thursday. It's Friday Eve, people. Jennifer is with us. Angie! Hello, Angie. I hope your day has improved. Dana. Michelle. Karen. Dennis. Dawn. Lisa. Welcome, everybody. Angie, number 2. Dana and Jeff. Got your email, Dana and Jeff. I will be in touch. Hello, Alexa. Catherine. You know, I'm going to start auctioning off the first position. You guys in the first position. I mean, so many of you want to be first. And I had, like, text, how do I get in first? And, you know, it was just, it's been interesting on that. I mean, it's just, to me, it's funny. But, I mean, it's, I'm glad you all want to hop on. Jeremy's with us. Greta. Jennifer Dodds. Bailey. Alicia. Edwin. Good evening, sir. Adele wants to know. Yes, Adele, that has been the secret. I think Jennifer Johnson has something with, has a deal with Zuckerberg or something, and somehow is linked, because she gets in first most often. But, you know, it is interesting. Hey, Jeff Johnson, how are you? Michelle! But I'm thrilled to have you all here tonight. Joanne! Whether you're first or 31st, I'm glad to have all of you with us. Or 51st, we get some good crowds here. Molly and Eric Baker. See, I even got your husband's name right, Molly. That's pretty good. Oh, but it's good. Bonnie's with us, and Park, I'm guessing. Jana's with us. I haven't seen Melissa pop in yet. Frank is with us tonight. Hello, Molly. So what's everybody grateful for on this Thursday night? Good to have you, Park. Good to have you with us. What's everybody grateful for this Thursday night? Ooh, excuse me for 1 second. Happy Thursday, Frank. What are we all grateful for this Thursday night? That's how we start the night every night. It's May tomorrow. Tomorrow is May Day, as it is known. I wrote, woohoo, Michelle got her PPP docs. The PPP money has been flowing today. Flowing. Pat got her PPP. Leanne's got her wine. Leanne, I got the scotch. It's a very sad day. So I have to announce that last night, my favorite scotch glass broke. Okay, it is true. My favorite scotch glass, the one that's got the triple layers with the fluid in between that freezes, broke. That was very, very sad. It did not bounce well off the dishwasher. Great sales day for Vicky. Nikki, great sales day for Vicky. Nikki's got too long a list for things she's grateful for. $700 in online sales. Alexa's been having great online sales. Got a walk-in before the rain today. Catherine did. Creta's nearly ready to open tomorrow. Crystal's with us tonight. Christina Zahn's with us. Holy moly. Julie's grateful for her amazing consigners. Lisa's going to take the weekend off and have a boat trip. Nice. That just sounds cold in Alaska, though, Lisa, but maybe on your yacht it's not. Karen's employees have been working hard getting the store ready to reopen tomorrow. Yeah, Bank of America is awful. I mean, the big banks are awful. Everybody, I mean, I can't tell you enough, Park, to go apply someplace else, even with your application in at this point. I'm telling people just get an application in with somebody else. Get it in with Cabbage. Has been incredibly quick. And they don't care that you've done business with them before. They're right there in Atlanta, too. But it's more important to get your application in. Vina's with us tonight. Hey, Bailey. And Michelle's got hers. Jenny's grateful for some online sales. I didn't see the hello from Pasadena tonight, Jenny. I'm a little hurt on that. Hello from Rena, Stella. Hey, Joni's with Bailey tonight. I love when Joni's with Bailey. You know, it'd be even funnier if Joni was having some Baileys, maybe with vodka. But that's neither here nor there. You should come on up and see. Well, I have never made it to Alaska. I have to admit that. I did suggest I would like to. Cassandra's uncle lives in Alaska. He just finished moving. Did he just finish moving? Oh, he just moved from Alaska to Pittsburgh, and he was driving with the motorhome across country, and I would have done that trip. I would have done that trip with him. That would have been neat to do. I did talk about that, but I have never been to Alaska. So maybe on my world tour, when we get the pink motorhome and I can travel the world and visit all these open stores when the world is back to normal, that would be a wonderful thing. Rose got to walk on the beach. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Angela in Florida. Oh, Molly, that's awesome that 3 women drove 2 hours just to shop at your store and then drove home. Christine's got the PPP all set. That's great. Scott is in Charlotte. Lisa, it depends on the bank. The smaller the bank, the quicker it's going through. Kelly's saying curbside sales are coming in New Mexico. Cindy's got no PPP yet, but opening tomorrow. Texas, if my memory serves me correct. Thank you, Jenny, for Miss Pasadena. Oh, that's great, Joni. I'm glad you love Bailey's. Great to have MJ and Suzanne here tonight. Cheers. Chris is with us tonight. Cordova, Alaska, Vicky. And you end out in Atlanta. Go figure. Chris is here too. Hey, Chris. Hey, see, I'm liking the idea of a pink motorhome, Jennifer, with the calculator on the side and stuff, and travel to resale stores after this is all over. Travel the country. And visit all the stores that we helped get to the other side of this. I think we need a road trip. Just an idea, so we can move that bus. Oh, that's awesome that MJ is taking on the Shopify Simple Consign Integration Challenge for Periwinkles. That's awesome. I am so happy for you, Pat. I was thrilled to hear that. Yeah, mass supply is going to be tough right now, but I know there's ones out there. Hey, Mimi from Tippy Canoe. Hey, Mimi, I can tell you that things are going to be wonderful on the other side. The other side of this pandemic, we're all going to the other side of this, Mimi. It's not an easy trip on this vacation to the other side of a pandemic, but we're going to get there. That is information I did not know, Jenny, but does not surprise me that you were Miss Congeniality in the Miss Georgia Teen Pageant. That's great. Ann, you're with us. You are not first tonight, Ann. I'm just clarifying that, but it's great to have you with us. Come to Ohio. I will come to Ohio. Ohio's the crossroads of America. I drive through Ohio all the time. Okay, Michelle. Maybe you've had a little too much wine with your mascuses. Hey, Ann. I am. We will succeed. Pat is telling us to try accessoriespalace.com for masks. Jen Latham is watching us tonight. Oh, that's great that Chris is helping. We're all in this together. Everybody's helping everybody. Everybody is helping everybody. Cheers, Jen. It would not be appropriate if I did not cheers you. And Eric Abrams has joined us in Iowa. I've got an itchy nose tonight. The allergies. It's heating up the pollen and everything else here today. Okay, let's find some positive. Good morning. Our Good Morning, Good Night book. It's what we start and end our show with every night. Our Good Morning, Good Night book tonight, we flip to Good Morning in your corner, even in the roundest of rooms on your side, even if it makes this seesaw kind of boring. You'll have to see the picture afterwards. All right, guys, let's see what's going on in the world today. Got lots of stuff here for you. My pile is thick, but we will move fast. I ran out of white paper today, so I had to use marketing paper here today. So we had we have some things in pink paper today. But most importantly, to start off the night, I know it's not always easy, so my quote of the day. My quote of the day is, you get so caught up in the future, you lose sight of today. Don't lose sight of today. That is my quote of the day for you today. Thank you to each and every one of you who completed the Industry Insights COVID pandemic survey, which is across many industries. Excuse me. Got all choked up there. But I greatly appreciate you taking the time to do that. That survey is now closed, and Adele will post the results as soon as she gets them from Industry Insights. Hey, Kitty's joining us. So, let's see what we got here. I have in my hot little hands and in your email box is this month's the May Narcs Newsletter. Read it, please. Lots and lots of work goes into getting this newsletter put together each and every month. But at these times, as we work through this, you will see unbelievable stories. You know, from Chris asking for a day off, and this wasn't the what she asked for, to Angie telling us, you are more than just strong. Dennis telling us how to bring order to chaos. And Julie talking about depression, which is something we've all dealt with in these months. And Kevin, have you mowed yet? And Patty's asking us, where are you going? And mine starts off with how resale will thrive. Okay, our best days are ahead of us. But this is an awesome issue, extremely timely. I can tell you, not the articles we had planned for May, not by a long shot. But it is amazing stuff in there. So take a look at the Narcs Newsletter. It is in your inbox. I print them for my store associates every month, and I do it now even when I have no store associates. So I have multiple copies printed to drop off at my locations so that it will be there for them when they are back. Eric took a quote from the newsletter and used it in a TV interview today. That is awesome. That is awesome, Eric. You know, these things are very important, and the news media loves quotes. Loves to have things that are quotable, and it is great that they are looking for positive stories now. Again, I mentioned that the other day because they are. I mean, we have gotten quoted in a bunch of articles that I think are going to press soon, and that is pretty exciting to see that happening. So that is pretty good there. If you did not catch Julie's video earlier, go back and watch it. Why do you want to watch it? Not because you want to share in Julie's misery, but you want to be aware of it. Again, I have talked about it from the beginning, and she quoted me on that, but check your bank accounts daily, not because it's exciting, not because this is a great time and everybody's got tons of money flowing into your bank accounts, but it is a great time for fraudsters. It is an absolutely excellent time for fraudsters, and they are taking advantage, and the American banking system is extremely easy to hack, and you make me laugh, Julie. But that's how we all learn, okay? We are all going through this. So keep an eye on your bank accounts to make sure that there are no fraudulent transactions. Julie's fraud was caught, and so she's not on the hook for anything. The bank stopped it all, so it's all good. But you have to catch that, and you have to be on top of that. So that you aren't taken advantage of and have a huge cost down the road. You don't want to have that surprise. We have enough surprises right now. You don't need the unpleasant part of that. Also, keep in mind, though, that if your business account is hacked, if your business account and the account that the SBA has for you, like you have to open a new account, because the business account that's on file with the SBA is hacked, that could delay your application. It could actually cause a decline of your application, okay? Because the accounts don't match up or show as inactive, could trigger a decline of your application. So keep that in mind, and if that were to happen, you need to contact the SBA to update that information, because it's not a big deal. It's happened to others, and they've taken their applications from decline to approve and got everything back on track. But that is such an important reminder. In other news today, Costco is doing a couple of things. One, on Monday, they are returning to their normal hours across the country. So Costco will resume their normal store hours nationwide on Monday. They are also, on Monday, going to require masks on all customers, or they will not let you in the store. So that is an interesting leadership position that Costco is taking on the issue, and they are requiring masks on all customers starting Monday. Macy's is opening 68 stores on Monday, and they've got a plan in place to have all their stores open over the next 6 weeks. Okay? Their policy, one of their policies that they're doing is they are going to reduce the number of fitting rooms open, and they will let all tried-on clothing sit for 24 hours afterwards, is their initial policy on clothing. And again, if you didn't read it earlier, do not lick the clothes. Do not lick the clothes. That is the pro health tip on clothing. Hang on, let's see what else I got here. I know you're going to have to give up that habit of licking the clothes, Christine. So there is a advisory report out. There's an analysis report out that says more than half of mall-based... hey, Carmela's with you. I owe you a call, Carmela. I got your email. Don't worry. I've got a long list. There's been a lot of you that have emailed in the last 24 hours, so I will be catching up on that tomorrow and Saturday. I will get caught up with everybody's email that I have through today by Saturday. And I will work other people in as well. Because of the retail shutdown, it's going to accelerate mall tenant closures. Well, you're fun, Carmela. I like you. Not that I don't like other people, but Carmela's fun. If you're ever out in her area, neck of the woods, get to Chicago and keep on going west. So the prediction is that half of mall-based department stores will close by the end of 2021. A retail specialist is saying. And the bigger problem with that, when a mall anchor closes, is the knockdown effect throughout the rest of the mall. So, they've been predicting the demise. We are over malled. We are over department stored. So, there is too many department stores for the U.S. population in a general sense anyways, and they know that, and they're going to use this to shutter some stores as an easy excuse. But it has a triggering effect because a lot of malls in the inline stores, the stores throughout the center of the mall, have co-tenancy clauses that reduce or eliminate their rent when one of the anchors leaves. So it could leave malls vacant or strangle the mall's cash flow completely, should that happen, depending on the mall operator's ability to weather that. A further insight into that, this gets into a little more details. Department store chains account for about 30% of total mall square footage, which isn't really a surprise when you think of the size of those anchor stores. What is a surprise is that 10% of that coming from Sears and JCPenney. So that surprised me. Even as they've worked to transform themselves for e-commerce with apps, websites, and in-store exchanges, the outbreak has laid bare how dependent the department stores have remained on their physical outposts. Macy's said on March 30th that after closing its stores for nearly 2 weeks, it had lost the majority of its sales. Macy's, which also owns Bloomingdale's and other brands, extended payments for goods and services to 120 days from 60 days. Neiman Marcus, which has an enormous debt burden of $4.8 billion, thanks in part to a leveraged buyout in 2013 by the owners of Aris Management and the Canadian Pension Plan, our friends in Canada, left poor Neiman Marcus destitute. They better watch out above the border. I think those people in Dallas may march to the Canadian border in protest of that because they love their Neimans. When they hear that the Canadians put them in that. One of the wholesalers to department stores has had a showroom for over 30 years, and we always use the word partnership when talking about our relationship with department stores. This wholesaler represents numerous brands. We went through 9/11, through the 2008 recession. We worked hand in hand with our retailers. This is the first time the onus has been on us, the brands, many of which are losing millions and millions of dollars because of the canceled orders. And the resort, they talk about fashion. The resort season has been canceled entirely and fall orders have been put on hold, raising questions about what inventory will be left if and when shops reopen. Nobody knows what quarter 4 will look like, but you have to start putting the orders in now, set of the holiday season. Normally the most lucrative time of the year for the chain. Some people don't even have the money to put in quarter 4 orders and may have to cancel quarter 4 orders anyways. It's a mess. That uncertainty in traditional retail, is only going to help resale. It's going to help us grow and thrive because, again, we have to grow our way out of this, okay? You can't replace 2 months of sales, down sales, okay, with loans. You have to grow our way out of this. So we will be growing our way out of this. Again, but we have the greatest opportunity because we have the greatest supply chain. Hang on a second. What else I got here? I guess then we've got to talk about our nightly. It wouldn't be a night without talking some about the PPP. So, again, yeah, it's hard for all the wholesalers. Hey, Russ, how are you? Can a single corporate, so the PPP updates today, can a single corporate group receive unlimited PPP loans? We are going to grow our way out of this. We're going to rocket our way out of this. Can a single corporate group receive unlimited PPP loans? This has been an issue with people with, multiple entities, multiple tax IDs applying for multiple PPP loans. And I talked about this as a fraud standpoint, but this is even legitimate businesses where people own multiple percentages across multiple PPPs and they're getting big PPP loans. Excuse me. And the answer to that is no. To preserve the limited resources available to the PPP program, and in light of the previous lapse of PPP appropriations and the high demand of PPP loans, businesses that are part of a single corporate group shall in no event receive more than $20 million of PPP loans in the aggregate. For purposes of this limit, businesses are part of a single corporate group if they are majority owned directly or indirectly by a common parent. This limitation shall be immediately effective with respect to any loan that has not yet fully been dispersed as of April 30th. It is the responsibility of an applicant for a PPP loan to notify the lender if the applicant has applied for or received PPP loans in excess of that amount permitted by this interim final rule, and withdraw or request cancellation of any pending PPP loan application or PPP loan not in compliance with the limitations set forth in this rule. Again, they're doing stuff to keep these big guys out of it, okay, which is good, okay, that is very good. I had something in this. So I was on today with the administrator of the SBA, Jovita Carranza, and her deputy, number 2 in command, Alan something or other. Oh, God, what's his? Gutierrez, Alan Gutierrez, the number 2 at the SBA. There, I got the name right, and I even think I pronounced it right. And so I've been going back and forth today trying to get clarification, and I'm hoping for written guidance. So, again, I was looking for written guidance on two key points for us, okay? One, what is an FTE? Is an FTE a 30-hour person, a 40-hour person, or some magic number decided by the SBA? 2, what is the alternate method of loan forgiveness? Because if you don't meet the threshold of FTEs coming back within the time frame, so FTEs back by the during the 8 week, hitting 75% of your FTEs on average for the 8 weeks following disbursement of your PPP loan. Again, everything is about the 8 weeks following. But there is an alternate method for forgiveness if you return your FTEs back to work by June 30th. It is a ill-defined one, and so I have been putting pressure on them today and had some email back and forth on that, and I'm hoping to get updated guidance on that shortly, but the conversations have been happening. I know I'm not the only one trying to have them with them. I'm trying to say I'm the most persistent, maybe? I don't know. But I am certainly trying to have those conversations with them, and they are pretty open about these conversations. So they're good to have them and hear the concerns. So I'm hoping, Friday's usually a day where they like to update things, and as they're getting out of town for the weekend. Do people even get out of town anymore? I guess maybe they don't. So I'm hopeful that we get some further guidance on those two key points on the PPP. One of the things that the Administrator Carranza, said today that is kind of interesting, it's not surprising, okay, but interesting, is a lot like how we've had some variations in what's been going on with the different banks of what paperwork they wanted. Your bank asked for this, but my bank asked for that, etc. There is really the allowance that can happen as part of the forgiveness. Okay, while there will be guidelines and forms and such, there could be variances between the banks on how that and what paperwork is submitted. So just be aware of that, and I will do my best to get you as most prepared for that as possible. But do make sure that all the funds from the PPP are spent on an allowable purpose in the 8 weeks following disbursement. So again, my recommendation on that is 80% on payroll, even though the rule is 75, because you want to allow for math errors or that you included the wrong tax that really isn't included. So, again, all of it spent on an allowable purpose, and payroll count, the things that count for payroll are payroll, state taxes, health insurance, and retirement contributions. So those are the four things that count as payroll. If it's not one of those four things, it is not payroll. Okay, and again, my recommendation is 80% should be spent on that. The other 20%, do your best to keep it real simple. Do not, if at all possible, keep it to rent or keep it just to utilities. Just make it simple. The simpler you make it, take your lowest common denominator and make that person, think that person's looking at it. Take your dumbest staff member. If you had to explain to them, okay, take your grandmother. If you had to explain this paperwork to them, make it really, really simple. So one thing, rent. You paid all your landlords or something with the other 20%, so that it's just very simple. Yes, you can hire. You can hire additional staff, Nikki, to hit your FTEs or to hit your spend. Okay, you are more than welcome to hire. It does not have to be the same people that were on your payroll. In many cases, it may not be. Okay, that is just a reality. Some people won't feel comfortable coming back, and that's their choice to become unemployed. Okay, you don't have to save their position for them. Okay, but then they can't also get unemployment. Okay, if they are called back to work, and they choose not to come back to work, that is their choice. There'll probably be many different definitions of it in your state. I have read so many different definitions of it by state. Message me. I owe you a call in the next day or so, Kelly, anyways. I'll find it for your state. I have a whole resource that I have from the National Retail Federation as a member of the National Retail Federation that I get by state, but it's not a postable form, so I can't post all 50 states. It's an interactive map that I can get there. Yes, Angela, you can start all of that. I mean, it's an allowable expense. Just because you took 5 people to replace one person's salary is fine, and I understand that it's tough. Everybody's got to make the right decision for them. No, I get it, and maybe she'll come back part-time after things settle down, after her husband comes back, and, I truly appreciate his service to our country, but you can add other things, you can add other people, you can have 5 people, You can pay people bonuses. The whole thing with pay rates is you can't exceed a 100K average. You can't be trending towards more than 100K a year based on compensation during the 8-week period. And also, if you're going to do hazard pay, because I've talked to several of you that are going to get people to come back sooner, you're giving them a $2 an hour bonus or something. And do that as a bonus, not as a rate change. Do not change somebody from $12 to $14 an hour. Give them a $2 an hour bonus. Keep them at $12 an hour. I don't want you to have labor law issues afterwards, after the 8 weeks, going from $14 to $12. So again, keep it simple. Keep it a bonus is fine. Nobody can be earning more than $100,000 a year during this period, which averages out. No one person can be doing that, which averages out to about $1,900 a week. And $1,900 a week is a nice number. It comes in just under $99,000 and keeps it simple. So I'll keep you updated as I hear more from the SBA. I'm hopeful that they got those questions. Also talked further with them about communication because that is still the part that is lacking. Again, things are running 25 to 40 days on the idle, but it is working. People are getting their money. I see it day after day with that. The idle will be, she did confirm that the idle will be opening back up. It could be in a state, but in general, it's a lump sum payment. So it depends on how you're doing your bonus, Dennis. Depends on how you're doing it, and under the new tax rates with the way they changed it at the beginning of the year, it does depend on that. It could be, but it's not. It's honestly your bigger issue is the labor law side of things and changing rates. You can it opens the Pandora's box with that, and it's not worth doing. So list it as additional compensation or a bonus, and it keeps it nice and easy from that perspective. Krita, you can do more than that as long as the 8-week compensation for that employee is less than trending at $100,000. If you had somebody that you were paying $1,900 a week, okay, and then for the 8 weeks, and then you tried to give them a $1,900 bonus, that extra money would be excluded from the calculation, because any compensation that's trending at over $100,000 is excluded from the PPP for forgiveness. So you can't have any compensation that's trending at over $100,000 for that. You can have retirement contributions and things that are going into retirement that may put because the retirement isn't considered payroll. It's cash payroll, gross wages. No, that's not true, Marcy. They are issuing idles for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Every day. Nikki, it depends on whether you are an S Corp, an LLC, and such, or a sole proprietor. Under an S Corp, yes, you can give yourself a bonus. Again, keeping your compensation during the 8-week at trending not towards $100,000. If you are the others, it depends, and certainly something that I can discuss with you in your individual situation, and I think we have a call coming up. I'm pretty sure we do. My mind melds with all the different names. Suki, that gets touchy of paying. Yes, vacation time can be paid, but it gets touchy if in how that's laid out and how it's mandated that it's vacation versus a bonus. You get into touchy issues with that. Vina, I think we're going to be at the end. I think the final guidance, I don't have it yet, but I'm expecting that the final guidance is going to let us have the FTEs back by the end of it. That is what I'm expecting. I'm actually expecting it by the June 30th. Excuse me. But I don't have the guidance on that yet. So as soon as I have it, it will be in your hands and it will be something that you have. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to sneeze. Okay. I'm holding the sneeze. Okay, I didn't sneeze. Okay. Cassandra's sneezing. Bless you, Cassandra. Hey, Sarah's with us and Nancy. So I will keep you updated on that. That's really a big issue that I talked about with the SBA today, and I am asking for it in writing. So I am hoping they update the FAQs forthwith on that. And I know I'm not the only one asking them. So that is what we are waiting for, and as soon as we have that, I will share that with you. So, it was Cassandra that sneezed. I wanted to sneeze. I held it in. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Where are we tonight? I will be back here tomorrow night live in the Narcs Facebook group at 8 o'clock Eastern. I am live every night, 8 o'clock Eastern, with the latest and greatest. No, I'm just, allergies are kicking in today. I am not COVID. I haven't been anywhere. I have been locked away here on my phone all day. You know, I'm just sad about the Scotch glass. That's all I'm sad about today. I'll be back tomorrow live, 8 o'clock Eastern, every night here in the Narcs Facebook group. All the resources, everything that I talk about, get reposted to the narcs.org/resalestrong page. narcs.org/resalestrong, where you can get all the resources we talk about here. The videos are there as well, all organized for you on the YouTube channel, Not Alone Running This Store, and the link is right on narcs.org/resalestrong. I'm back here every night at 8 o'clock Eastern. We start every day and every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Our good morning today, for those of you that were not here at the top of the program, is good morning. In your corner, or even in the roundest of the rooms, I'm on your side, even if it makes this seesaw kind of boring. Our good night tonight is holding your hand, even if it's sticky from jelly or honey, on your team, even when you're playing solitaire. You gotta love the pictures, the artwork in this book. Okay? I am Neil Abramson. I love a good wedding. I love a bar mitzvah. I love any kind of party. I am here for you every night. If you've got a question, email me directly. It's the best way to reach me. Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com. Neil at ECIstores.com. You, and especially you, are not alone running this store. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great night.